So Fabregas still has an amazing eye for the pass. He's still a quality, amazing passer of the ball. So the key thing, you have to be clinical.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
Look, man, let me be real with you. I was about to announce that Alvaro Morata had been suspended from the Brick Academy. Put the votes out to the world. 39% said that he should be suspended. 61% said that I should demote him down to Class C. So the people have spoken. Morata is currently in Class C of the Brick. He is still a Brick. He is still in Class C. He's not yet suspended. I was shocked. I'll be real with you. I was shocked because as you all know, you must have seen my previous videos, I had come to the acceptance that I was wrong on Morata. And he was a brick, he was a failure, and Chelsea should do all that they can to sell what is a useless player. Scored some goals here and there, I wasn't convinced. Should have scored a hat-trick, he scored 2 goals. Second was a really good goal. 1-1, Palace had got themselves back in the game. This could have easily been a frustrating afternoon where maybe Palace just held on. Very, very good finish from a tight angle to make it 2-1, and then of course Pedro making it 3-1. So for Morata, I'm not sure whether I will come out and say, he's back, this is it, Morata, Sarri has finally, this is loyalty, well paid, well rewarded. He's rewarded Sarri by giving him a place back into the team. Morata will now score 30 goals and will lead Chelsea to a Premier League title. We'll now see the best of Morata. I'm not ready to say that yet. But it's progress. It is progress, Let's just deal with the game right now. First of all, I just want to just put something out there. Zaha is a fantastic player. He is way too good for Palace, and I'm sure Palace fans will accept that, yep. We do feel slightly guilty for having this dude on our team because this guy's talent on the ball is incredible. Somehow, commentators still found a way to say power and link power with him, which I find crazy. But I say this guy's just an amazing skilled player. Palace, they want to get relegated, but let's be wary. Palace are a team who I believe within him, Townsend, Sacco, you shouldn't be in that position on the table. You should really be a top 10 team at the very least. So for Chelsea, starting off without Hazard in the team, start off with Morata, Willian, Pedro, and so forth. And one thing that I saw before the goal went in, let's give a shout out to Fabregas. Let's give a shout out to Fabregas because this isn't consistent. This is a Sarri system. And what I've always said for Fabregas, yes, he's been a break, he's on the decline, he's not as relevant as it was 2010, 2011, 2012. But what I've always said from Fabregas, and this is what you always find, even by people who play football like myself and anybody who plays football, you lose your speed, you lose your stamina, you lose your physicality, you lose your endurance. One thing you never lose is your touch. You never lose that. So Fabregas still has an amazing eye for the pass. He's still a quality, amazing passer of the ball. And I do feel like if in this system, he needs to be implemented more. So he obviously will not have the legs and the sharpness which you lose with age. But just because I'm a fan of Jorginho. Jorginho is good. Jorginho at his best, Fabregas at his best. Fabregas is still better. Even Fabregas at this age, at his best, I say he's a better option than Jorginho because Fabregas is the definition of a deep line playmaker. As in, he just saw in those first 15, 20 minutes, a lot of balls, they were trying to go over the top, crossfield passes, they weren't hitting their men. Kante, again, he's not the guy you want as a crossfield passer. Jorginho, I don't think his passes were as accurate or as precise as what would happen if Fabregas was in that situation there. So you look at the front line, and see, there's the thing with Morata here. Give him credit. He got those 2 Gs. So I ain't gonna front, man. But you could see the issues that Chelsea were having. For your striker, okay, Palace are defending well. They have a good shape. They're denying any space. We can't really get any incisive passes. Our one-twos can't really happen. We don't have Hazard or Kovacic who are really good with running and moving with the ball. So we need some movement from Morata. And I think that is where Giroud is a better option, because Giroud, his presence there means that you put that ball over the top, he's likely to get it. And Giroud will always look for the pass. And when he finds the pass, he's very good at popping the ball off one touch to someone else to really try and launch an attack and create space. Because to create space, you have to get many people involved, and your striker also has to be involved as well. So in this passing system, your striker has to be mobile. Not only mobile, he's going to be good on the ball, and he's going to be able to pop that ball off one touch. I think for Morata, that is an aspect of the game that he really personally needs to sort of improve upon. And this is what I also want to press with Willian. Willian, if he makes better decisions, he's a tier 2 player. Simple as that. And I think with Willian, when I look at him, I say, no, this guy has amazing ability. He's got a signature move which he's very good at. Same thing with Robin as well. In this kind of situation, and how tough this game was to find the deadlock, Willian was the guy you should be looking to. And I think Willian can do what Hazard does, but not to the degree, because Hazard is a tier 1 player. But I think Willian, if he makes better decisions where, this is where he should dribble, this is where he should hold the ball, this is where he should look for the 1-2, this is where he should carry the ball. If he makes better the decisions in those key areas, Willian creates space for other players to then exploit. And I just think that is what an aspect of the game that he just needs to improve upon. And I think that has what has held him back from being a tier 2 player. And go on, and this guy can really be effective on a consistent basis. But I think, look, you look at the goal that Palace scored. Good hustle, good goal from Townsend, quality goal from Townsend. Again, right place, right time, right finish, right run. But he took advantage. And this takes us back to David Luiz. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Who is to blame for that goal? Who is to blame for that goal? For me, do you blame? So who do you blame for that goal? So do you blame Rudiger for the goal, or you blame David Luiz? Because David Luiz was the guy who decided that, okay, all right, I'm going to step up and try and stop the pass from coming through. But you take a risk. You take a risk when you step up, because when you step up and you don't get the ball, what's happening behind you? You step up and you don't get the ball, and that ball pops off through. It leads to a goal. So I think for David Luiz, it was because if you're going to step up, you have to make sure that either you get the ball or that pass doesn't come through, or you take another risk and you step back. You watch the Townsend run and say, okay, let's see whether I can rely on Kansé, other guys to try and dispossess the ball. Or say, you know what's really good? You step up. I'm going on to Townsend now. So, it's this key defensive decisions you've got to make. And if you make the wrong defensive decision, it can lead to a goal, which is what it led to with Townsend. But you got to give props to Morata. Ball coming in from Hazard. Steps back. Went in wide rather than being in the middle, and that's a quality finish. I'm not gonna front. That's a quality G. That is a quality G. I'm not gonna front. Props. Bam, bam, bam. Bada bing, bada, bariki, boom. And then obviously Pedro getting that other G as well. Pedro had a good game. He had a real good game. He had a real good game. And then look, you see with Morata, it would have been great for him to get the hat-trick, because that would have been a huge boost. I think, has he already got a hat-trick? Or would this have been his... I think he really has a hat-trick. I think, I'm not sure. But if... Because again, in that situation there, was the chip the best decision? Potentially, but it's a tough skill to pull off. Maybe perhaps you come there, let the keeper come through. You've got to have faith and belief in yourself. So, you know what, I'm going to go around the keeper here. Because of course you've got all this time in the world, and I think I told you with strikers, sometimes the worst things I have for some strikers is all the time in the world because there's much more pressure on you. Like, my gosh, I've got all this time, I've got all this space. What do I do? Do I go for the chip? Do I go for the shot? Do I try and take a round? Do I try and dummy him? So, but again, I think it's just one of those things that Morata learns that, as the first choice striker, you've got to score those. Aguero scores that all day, every day. The Cannibal scores that all day, every day. Lewandowski scores that all day, every day. So if you want to be put in that pantheon of those tier 1, tier 2 strikers, with that amount of time, whatever decision you make, you've got to score it. You have to score it. You have to score it. But I think overall for Chelsea, it's a win. It's still a system in progress. I'm not sure whether Sarri knows his strongest lineup, because Barkley's definitely taking a claim in there. I do feel that Kovacic has to play. Hazard, that goes without saying. And I do feel that he needs to think long and hard about Fabregas. I think he needs to think long and hard about because Fabregas, his passing hasn't declined. His stamina has. So I do get it, like, okay, I don't think you can give Fabregas 90 minutes. His passing hasn't declined. So if you're looking for a G, I just think that Fabregas' experience over Jorginho and his long-range pass quality and his vision, I think, is superior to Jorginho's. All Jorginho has on him is Jorginho is younger, he's fitter, and I think that DM role, I believe, in the modern day 2018, I think Jorginho plays that far superior over a long run of games over a Fabregas. But I just think Fabregas can be implemented more. So, put a little poll about who I thought was that dude of the game. I was initially first going to give it to Zaha because I just thought that this guy's skill is amazing. But I was like, probably Pedro. You know what? Based on how much I've insulted him, I've gotten upon him, I think this poll is right. He had 59% of the results. And let me refresh that. So basically, I think the first and was 59% of the votes. Morata, that dude of the game, I'm going to give it to Morata. Been under a lot of pressure, a lot of duress. I'm happy for it. 2 goals, could have been 3, was decisive, and that's a good thing. I remember this. In training, and this is to Sarri, to Zola, and all the team, Morata should literally, every day he goes into training, train on finishing. It goes without saying because I'm sure that's what he does. Because again, he has to train on his movement, his link play, but even more so, your finishing, one-on-ones, tight angles, weaker foot as well, because that is what is going to get Chelsea in a very good position. For Morata, it may be 90 minutes where you don't even touch the ball, but when that chance comes, you've got to put it away. So the key thing, you have to be clinical. You have to be clinical. So when that chance comes, you put it away. So he's finishing weaker foot, obviously his stronger foot, tight angles, long range, one-on-ones, giving time. So literally, he should be given. He should be given a drill where boom, you up against the keeper. You're given all the time in the world. The defender maybe 2 or 3 yards behind you. What are you going to do? And do that again and again and again and again and again and again and again. So he gets used to having all the time in the world, and he's forced. And you make sure that he's making the right decision. Whether you go around the keeper, it's an early shot you put before. A chip is tough. Putting a dink is a tough skill to do. But if you're going to do that, train on it. Hone that skill. So when the time comes, because imagine if Chelsea are in a situation where it's 1-1. They're trying to keep up to pace with Man City. 92nd minute, Morata's one-on-one, and he doesn't put the ball away. That is unacceptable. That's unacceptable. That is unacceptable because City are on a different plane right now. And if Chelsea want to compete, they're not winning the league. But let's just, for argument's sake, if they want to try and take this league title from that flipping juggernaut known as Man City, clinical. 0 mistakes must be made. 0 mistakes must be made. So yeah, man, quality, Chelsea roll on. They go through. I think in January, I say congrats to Morata and everything. I still think in January Chelsea needed a striker. They needed a top tier striker. Not sure Piatek is the right dude for it. And for Palace, man, maybe they need some reinforcements. A team with these kinds of players shouldn't be doing this badly. And I'll give a shout out again, Zaha, for just pure skill and ability. That guy's a fantastic football player. Guys, it's been your boy Double H, support your boy on the Patreon, and of course, support your boy hitting the website. Peace out, stay true for more analysis. Peace. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot Patreon page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.